Microscopic cancers are forming inside your body right now. Not might be forming, are forming. Everyone watching this has them. Your immune system is finding them. Your body is killing them, thousands of times a year, since the day you were born. But whether any of them becomes a tumor on a scan, a diagnosis on a chart, or a name on a death certificate, depends entirely on 3 defense systems your body controls. And what you put on your plate either fuels those systems or starves them. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to show you 4 things. First, the 3 cancer defense systems your body already runs every day. Second, the 5 foods that activate all 3 at once, with published clinical research behind every claim. Third, the exact amounts and preparation methods used in human studies. And fourth, the 5 mistakes that cancel the entire effect, even when you eat the right foods. Stay with me, because the protocol is where 90% of the value lives. Quick favor before we go deeper. I see messages every week from people who watch several of my videos and only later realize they were never subscribed. Could you double check right now? It costs nothing, takes 2 seconds, and helps this evidence-based information reach more people who need it. The system makes money when you stay sick, not when you prevent disease at home with food. That is exactly why this channel exists. Now let me destroy a belief that costs lives every year. The belief that cancer is purely genetic. That if it runs in your family, there is nothing you can do. That belief is wrong, and I do not say that as opinion. I say it as data. In July of 2024, the American Cancer Society published a study in CA, a cancer journal for clinicians, led by Dr. Farhad Islami. The conclusion was that approximately 40% of all cancer cases in adults age 30 and older in the United States are linked to modifiable risk factors. Not genetics. Modifiable. Diet, body weight, alcohol, physical activity, smoking, and certain infections. Your genes load the gun. Your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Food is the single most powerful lever you control every day. Now let me show you the 3 defense systems your body has. Defense system number 1 is immune surveillance. You have natural killer cells and T cells patrolling your body 24 hours a day. Their job is to find cells that look abnormal and eliminate them before they can grow. Think of them like security guards walking the hallways of a giant building, checking every room, removing intruders before anyone notices. When that force gets weak, abnormal cells slip through. When it stays strong, microscopic cancers stay microscopic. Defense system number 2 is angiogenesis control. Tumors cannot grow beyond about 1 to 2 millimeters without their own blood supply. Without new blood vessels, a tumor stays smaller than the tip of a ballpoint pen. With new blood vessels, the same tumor can grow many thousands of times in size in just weeks. Some new vessels are essential for healing and muscle growth, but uncontrolled new vessels feed tumors. Think of it like a lawn kept at exactly the right height. Too long, you mow. Too short, you let it grow. Defense system number 3 is DNA repair. Your DNA takes hits every day. Ultraviolet light, environmental chemicals, even normal metabolism damages it. Your cells have repair systems that fix damage before it becomes a permanent mutation. But those systems need raw materials. Vitamins, antioxidants, plant compounds. Without the right nutrition, the damage accumulates, the mutations stick, and eventually one of those mutations turns a normal cell into a cancer cell. Think of DNA repair like a road crew filling potholes. With the right asphalt, the road stays smooth. Without it, the potholes grow until the road collapses. Cancer treatment in this country averages around $10,000 a month. Many patients deplete a substantial part of their savings within 2 years. The 5 foods I am about to walk you through cost roughly $20 to $30 per week combined, all available at your local grocery store right now. Has cancer touched your life or someone you love? Leave a comment below with one word. Mother, father, friend, self, or none. I want to see who is watching, because the comments shape what I cover next. What I am about to show you are the 5 most powerful foods for cancer defense based on published human research. But the complete system, 101 research-backed foods organized by condition, with exact dosages, preparation methods, and the studies behind every recommendation, is inside the Hidden Cost Health Hub. 7 complete guides. First link in the description. Less than a single pharmacy copay. But stay here. The foods, the protocol, the mistakes, and the timeline are coming right now. Food number 1. Green tea, specifically the catechin called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. When researchers tested EGCG against the same molecular targets used to develop pharmaceutical anti-angiogenesis drugs, the results were striking. EGCG inhibits VEGF, the signaling protein tumors use to recruit blood vessels. It blocks tumor blood supply at the source. Studies in the British Journal of Cancer and Clinical Cancer Research have shown EGCG inhibits tumor angiogenesis and slows tumor growth in animal models of colon, breast, and skin cancer. Population studies tracking large groups in Asia for years have linked regular green tea consumption to lower rates of certain digestive tract cancers, with reductions of 20 to 40%, depending on cancer type and amount consumed. Dose: 2 to 3 cups per day, properly brewed. Preparation matters more than most people realize. Boil your water, then let it sit for about 3 minutes before pouring it over the tea. Steep 3 to 5 minutes. Add fresh lemon juice, because vitamin C dramatically increases EGCG absorption. Do not add dairy milk, because the proteins bind catechins and reduce absorption. 1 teaspoon of matcha green tea contains roughly the catechins of several cups of brewed tea. Food number 2. Broccoli sprouts. Specifically a compound called sulforaphane. Researchers at Johns Hopkins, beginning with Paul Talalay and Jed Fahey, identified that broccoli sprouts harvested at 3 days old contain roughly 20 to 50 times more sulforaphane precursor than mature broccoli. Laboratory data published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Sulforaphane activates a pathway in your cells called NRF2, which switches on hundreds of genes involved in detoxification, antioxidant defense, and cellular repair. It is one of the most studied food compounds in cancer prevention research. Long-term clinical trials run by Johns Hopkins in Qidong, China, have shown broccoli sprout beverages improve the body's ability to clear environmental toxins linked to liver and lung cancer. More than 40% of all cancer cases are linked to modifiable factors. That is not opinion. That is published data from the American Cancer Society. If you have made it this far, you understand your kitchen is more powerful than most people realize. Share this with one person who still believes cancer is just bad luck. Now stay with me into Block 2. The protocol, the rest of the foods, the 5 mistakes, the timeline, and the safety warnings are all next. Welcome back. Now the rest of the foods, the daily protocol, the 5 mistakes, the timeline, and the safety warnings. Stay with me. Food number 3. Blueberries, specifically anthocyanins, the pigments that give the fruit its deep blue color. Anthocyanins reduce inflammation while supporting immune cell activity. A long-term analysis from the University of East Anglia, following over 200,000 people for more than 2 decades, has linked the highest anthocyanin intake to lower rates of cancer overall. Dose: 1 cup per day, fresh or frozen. Frozen are often equivalent or higher in anthocyanins because they are picked at peak ripeness and locked in by freezing. Add to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or eat straight. Morning is ideal. Food number 4. Cooked tomatoes, specifically a carotenoid called lycopene. Most people eat tomatoes the wrong way. A raw tomato gives you some lycopene. A cooked tomato gives you dramatically more. Heat breaks the cell walls and releases lycopene in a form your body absorbs. Lycopene is also fat-soluble, so it absorbs roughly 3 times better with healthy fat like olive oil. The key human data comes from Harvard's Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, which tracked over 47,000 men for more than a decade. Men who consumed 2 or more servings of tomato sauce per week had approximately 35% lower risk of prostate cancer compared to men who rarely ate it. The reduction was even larger for aggressive forms. Dose: 3 or more servings per week of cooked tomato products. 1 serving equals half a cup of sauce, a quarter cup of paste, or 1 cup of cooked tomatoes. Always cook with olive oil. Food number 5. Pomegranate, specifically anti-angiogenesis, which your gut bacteria convert into a metabolite called urolithin A. There is a bacterium called Akkermansia mucinifera in the mucus layer of your gut. Research from Dr. Bertrand Routy at Gustave Roussy in France, published in Science in 2017, examined gut microbiomes of cancer patients on immunotherapy. Patients with higher Akkermansia responded significantly better to immune checkpoint treatments. Patients without it responded poorly. Pomegranate compounds feed the bacteria that determines whether some of the most advanced cancer treatments even work. A separate UCLA study, published in Clinical Cancer Research in 2006 and led by Dr. Alan Pantuck, followed 50 men with rising PSA after prostate cancer treatment. The men drank 8 ounces of pomegranate juice daily. PSA doubling time, which indicates how fast prostate cancer is progressing, extended from 15 months at baseline to 54 months, nearly a 4-fold extension. Dose: 4 to 8 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice with no added sugar daily, or half a fresh pomegranate, or walnuts, raspberries, and cranberries, which also contain anthocyanins. Before bed is ideal. Now the daily protocol. Morning: 2 cups of green tea properly brewed, 1 cup of blueberries with oatmeal or yogurt. Lunch: a quarter cup of broccoli sprouts on a salad or sandwich, or 1 cup of lightly steamed broccoli including the stalk. The stalk has roughly twice the sulforaphane of the florets. Add a cooked tomato product. Afternoon: 1 more cup of green tea. Dinner: cooked tomatoes if not at lunch. Garlic and olive oil enhance absorption. Before bed: 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice, diluted with water if too tart. Total weekly cost, roughly $20 to $30. Now the 5 mistakes that cancel the entire effect. Mistake number 1. Thinking supplements replace whole foods. A tomato contains lycopene, plus vitamin C plus potassium plus folate, plus dozens of compounds that work together. The whole food is more powerful than the sum of its isolated parts. Mistake number 2. Boiling broccoli. Boiling destroys sulforaphane. Steam 3 to 4 minutes instead. Mistake number 3. Adding dairy milk to green tea. The proteins bind the catechins and reduce absorption. Use plant milk or lemon instead. Mistake number 4. Eating raw tomatoes and expecting the same benefit as cooked. Cooking unlocks the lycopene. Raw is healthy. Cooked is targeted. Mistake number 5. Inconsistency. 1 cup of blueberries today and none for 2 weeks does almost nothing. Defense systems respond to consistent input over months and years. Steady fuel keeps the fire burning. Now the timeline. Weeks 1 and 2. No visible changes. But catechins, anthocyanins, and sulforaphane are building up in tissues. Inflammatory markers starting to shift. Weeks 3 and 4. CRP and other inflammation markers in blood work moving downward. Energy may improve as inflammation decreases. Months 2 and 3. Measurable changes in immune cell counts if tested. Gut microbiome shifting, with Akkermansia rising. The system is fully online, 6 months and beyond. The Harvard data and the European data showed cancer risk reductions over many years of consistent intake. The people in those studies did not eat broccoli once. They ate it for decades. Start today. Now the safety warnings. Green tea. Limit caffeine if sensitive. Talk to your doctor before increasing intake if you are on blood thinners or if receiving chemotherapy, because EGCG may interact with certain agents. Broccoli sprouts. Generally safe. Thyroid patients should monitor intake. Blueberries. Virtually no contraindications. Tomatoes. Reflux patients may need to limit acidic tomato products. Pomegranate. May interact with blood thinners and certain blood pressure medications. Check with your doctor before adding daily juice if you take prescription medication. If you have an active cancer diagnosis or are in treatment, tell your oncologist exactly what you are eating. These foods do not interfere with standard treatments. Research suggests they enhance some therapies, but your medical team needs to know. These foods are complementary. They are not replacements for medical treatment. If you have symptoms that worry you, see a doctor. Today, if this video gave you something your doctor could not explain in a 10-minute visit, hit subscribe right now and share it with one person who needs it. Every share preserves what the system has no incentive to teach. Stop paying $10,000 a month for treatment that could have been prevented at the grocery store. The Complete System, 101 research-backed foods organized by condition, with exact dosages, preparation methods, and the studies behind every recommendation, is in the Hidden Cost Health Hub. 7 complete guides. First link in the description. Less than a single oncology copay. Get the bundle today, before you need it. In the next video, I am exposing 7 warning signs your body gives you years before a serious diagnosis. Most people ignore all 7. Subscribe so you do not miss it. 40% of all cancers in this country are linked to modifiable factors. 4 out of every 10 patients. Something could have been different. Nobody in a 10-minute clinic visit is going to sit you down and explain how green tea blocks tumor blood supply. There is no billing code for prevention. That is exactly why this channel exists. You have more control over your cancer risk than you have been led to believe. Your body already has the systems. Food provides the fuel. Subscribe to the Hidden Cost Health Hub.